Hey beautiful friends, welcome back to another Vinyasa practice. Today we're going to be focusing on our fourth Yama, which is Bramacharya, which often translates to the right use of energy. If you didn't know, over the month of December and January, we are going through a philosophy series here on YouTube, which is so cool. We're going through our yamas and our niyamas, which are basically guidelines and ethical values for how we turn up in our world and within. And Bramacharya is an interesting one. For me personally, it involves not trying to distract ourselves from our journey of yoga. And in previous times, this has been connected with sex and trying to abstain from sexual activities as a way to distract ourselves. I think it's a little bit less relevant in this day and age, but it could be related to anything that's kind of veering you off path, whether that might be, I don't know, the internet, social media, whether that be a sort of addiction or hanging around people who drain your energy. That kind of takes away from your discipline and your focus in your yoga practice and the journey of enlightenment. And physically, our class today is going to be working up into Kurmasana, which is tortoise pose or turtle pose. This is a wide-legged forward fold, a very deep forward fold where we are kind of more internal. We're going to be opening the hips and the adductors quite a bit, as well as the spine. And tortoises are quite significant within Hinduism, and it's seen throughout quite a few temples there because the turtle is known for being able to retract and to turn inwards in an external world. So I thought that would be quite fitting for our very internal and focused practice today. Okay, we're going to get into it. Let's start in a wide-legged balasana, child's pose. So we're going to take our knees wide, bring the big toes together. If you've got a mat, you might even send your knees out a little bit further away from the mat. You could have your hands forward. Sometimes I like to stack my forearms together and rest my forehead down on it. And using this asana as a way to draw inwards a little bit more. So this in itself is a bit of a forward bend, an introspective pose where we ground down towards the earth. And if you've ever been at points of your life where you feel quite fragmented and your attention has been pulling you in different directions and maybe draining you, dragging you down, you might notice that your well-being or your sense of steadiness has potentially not been as great as if you've been able to reduce those places where your energy goes. So in this practice, we're finding introspection, a time where we can focus our senses and our mind on the present moment. And see if you can breathe into any intensity that you might be experiencing here. Letting your hips soften back. Releasing any tension in the shoulders or the face. And we'll just take about 3 more deep belly breaths. Breathing into the diaphragm, the ribs and the chest, filling up that big balloon within the lungs, and then as you exhale, grounding down even more. Not trying to rush or distract ourselves here. Being fully aware of each breath that we take and all the shapes that our body moves in today. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to walk towards our hands. If this felt comfortable to do so, you could keep your knees wide, but if you want to, you can also bring your knees in. Going to lift yourself up a little bit and practice some cat and cows from this wide position. So as we inhale, drawing the chest forward, shoulders pull back, tilting the pelvis forward. And then as we exhale, round away, you might even lift the hips a little bit, tucking the tailbone down. Inhale to open. Maybe lifting the eye gaze a bit, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, round, lift up. Belly button to spine, ribs to hips. Just a couple more rounds, breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Let's make this our last one. Breathing out. Let's slide the knees back underneath the hips. Take the hands forward and then tuck onto the toes. Lift your hips up and back. Ardha Kurmasana, downward facing dog. Maybe you pedal out to your feet here, dropping one heel down, dropping the other heel down, releasing the head, releasing the neck. And then start to bend your knees, look forward, step your right foot outside your right hand, lower the left knee towards the ground. So the right knee is over the ankle. You could stay with your foot on the ground, or you could travel the right knee out a little bit more. Inside arch of your right foot comes off here. You might shift from side to side. And then when you're ready, take a deep breath in. Your right hand is going to reach off the left corner of your mat. Try drop the chest down towards the ground. Breathing in, let's open the right hand towards the back of the mat, twisting towards the right leg. Exhale to reach. 2 more times like that, breathing in, twisting, reaching, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, reach. Last time, so this is starting to warm up the spine, twisting it, creating a forward bend. Nice. Come back through center, plant the right heel down, tuck onto the left toes, start to lengthen both of the legs as you reach your right hand towards your left foot. Breathe in as you tap the left knee down, reach the right hand back. Exhale as you reach hand towards the left knee. One more time like that, breathe in, open. Exhale to sweep behind, lengthen both of the legs. This time, keep traveling yourself towards your left foot. Turn the left toes towards the back corner of your mat. Skandasana, bend the knee. Right leg is long. Now you might have your hips up a little higher, or you might be able to sink it down a bit further. Right toes are lifted, and it's okay if the left heel is off the ground here. Press the left knee out over the toes. Breathe in as you lengthen both of your legs. Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold to the left side of your mat. Tuck the chin in, maybe a little shift from side to side, so we open through the back of the legs and the hamstrings. And then walk your fingertips beyond your right foot. Reach them out. Pull the left hip back. You could stay here or breathe in, plant the left hand down, and then reach the right hand to the sky on your exhale. Start to pivot your toes back towards the top of the mat. Breathe in, stay here in your twisted lunge, right knee bends, or drop the left heel down, turn the right toes to the side, horizon lunge. Okay, so both toes are turning towards the right side of the mat. Breathe in, lift, keep the heart twisted to the right. Arm goes overhead, exhale, lower. One more like that, breathe in and lift. Exhale to lower. Right hand comes down. Breathe in as you step back to downward facing dog. Exhale to land. Shoulders lift up. Use your breath in to roll forward into your plank position. And then as you exhale, knees or toes, chaturanga, elbows bending close. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog if you're feeling warm enough. And then as you exhale, press onto the knees, tuck toes, downward facing dog again. One breath here. Bend your knees, look forward, set the left foot outside the left hand, lower the right knee down. Stay with the left heel on the ground or start to peel the left knee open. Inner arch of the left foot comes off. Breathe in, start to reach your left hand towards the right off the right corner of your mat. Exhale, drop the chest down a bit. Inhale, start to reach that left hand towards the back of the mat. Exhale, reach and lower. 2 more times, inhale. Exhale. 1 more time, breathe in. This time as you exhale, tuck onto the right toes, lengthen both legs, reach the left hand towards the right foot. Breathe in, tap the right knee down, reach the left hand back. Exhale to lean back. Let's try 1 more like that. Breathe in, bring the right knee down, reach behind. Exhale, reach it back. Keep pivoting towards the right side of your mat. Turn the right toes to the back corner of the mat. Bend the right knee, Skandasana. Left leg is long. We can be up a little bit higher if we need. Option to bring the hands through heart center. Press the right knee out over your toes. A little squeeze the glutes so we're active here. Press away. Find your Prasarita Padottanasana. Feet are wide, turn the toes in, heels come out, folding forward. Breathe in as you walk your fingertips towards the front of the mat. Exhale, can you draw your right hip back so you open through the right side body? You can stay here or plant the right hand down. Breathe in as you lift the left hand high. And then as you exhale, turn the left toes back towards the top of the mat. Twisted lunge. You could stay here or breathe in. As you exhale, twist the toes towards the left and drop your hips down, horizon lunge. 2 more times, we lift up, keep your twist. Exhale to lower. 1 more time, breathe in, lift the hips. Exhale. Inhale, bring the left hand towards the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog. Optional vinyasa here. Breathing in as you roll forward into your plank. Exhale, lowering halfway maybe. Inhale to press yourself up, opening the heart, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, downward facing dog, coming up and back. Spread the fingertips wide, press through the knuckles and the palm. We're going to use our next breath in to walk towards the top of the mat. Land your feet wide, toes turn out slightly. Malasana, garland pose. So we're trying to drop our hips down as much as we can. Try press the knees out with the elbows, engage the glutes, and then see if you can try keep the knees where they are, but release the elbows from them. So you've got to hug the glutes to get the knees out. Shoulders back. Hands come down, breathe in as you lift the hips. Exhale, walk your feet underneath your hips, ragdoll, clasping opposite elbows with the shoulders, letting the biceps cover the ears is a way to remove senses from the outside world, and you can be more tuned in with the inside world. One more breath here. Breathe in, halfway lift hands, come to the shins, lift the chest in line with the hips. Exhale, fold yourself forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up, sweep the arms up and over your head. And then as you exhale, hands come by the sides, Tadasana. We're going to do 2.5 rounds of our modified Surya Namaskar A. Breathe in and lift, sun salutation. Exhale, fold yourself forward, Uttanasana. Inhaling, halfway left, hands to shins, shoulders back. Exhale, hands to the ground. You can sit back through your plank, flow through your chaturanga. Inhale to open, drawing the shoulders back. Exhale, coming up and back, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. And we'll just stay here for 1 breath. At any point, you can come into child's pose or slow things down as well. So to bend your knees, look forward. You can either walk to Malasana or bend your knees, hop your feet wide, and then bend down. Try hug the knees out with the glutes. Breathe in as you lift the hips. Exhale, walk your feet underneath. Inhale to rise, lift the arms, squeeze the glutes. Maybe back bend. Exhale, hands come to the side. Let's try that again. Breathe in and lift, Urdhva Hastasana, upward hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands down. You could step a hop back through your Chaturanga. Inhaling to open, maybe lifting the eye gaze a bit. Exhale, come up and back. One breath here. And we're just making this a little bit more swift because it's a shorter class today. Breathe in, start to look forward, bend your legs. Let's walk or hop into Malasana. Exhaling to bend the knees, lifting the chest up. Inhale, lift the hips, walk the feet in. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhaling to fold again. We rise on our breath in. Exhale, hands by the sides. Last time, breathe in. Exhale, bend and fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale your way back. This time we're going to stay here because we've got a main sequence that we're going to repeat once each side. Just bring your awareness to your breath if it's wandered away somewhere off your mat. Breathe in, start to sweep your right toes high, three-legged dog. Exhale, roll yourself forward, right knee to nose. Step the right foot in between the hands, lower the left heel down, open warrior two towards the left. Right knee is bent, left leg is long. Breathe in, lengthen both legs, turn the left toes back. Exhale, Skandasana. Right toes are lifted. Breathe in, push away, warrior two, right knee bends. Exhale, turn the left toes in. Let's try that 2 more times. Breathe in. Exhale to bend the left knee. Inhale, press back up. Expand the arms wide. Exhale, look over your right hand. Last time, breathe in. Exhale, option to use no hands. This time, as we press up, open your arms wide, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So you would try pivot the hips towards the left. The hand could stay floating, or you could ground it on your shin or on the ground. Now you can absolutely stay here, or if you felt like a little bit of a challenge, try draw the left knee towards the left armpit. Left hand might come around to clasp it and help pull it in. If you felt like a little bit more, keep the lean of the upper body as you take your right arm around the shin as well. One more breath. Keep the hug of the knee as you lift yourself towards the top of the mat. Ooh. Draw the knee into the chest and then maybe tuck the chin in a little bit. Take a long step back with the left foot. Breathe in as the left hand comes down. And then as you exhale, stay in your twisted lunge or turn the toes towards the right. Drop the hips down, reach the right hand back. Breathe in as you lift, reach the right hand forward. Exhale, lower the hips. This time, right foot is going to travel behind your left leg. Breathe in, lift your hips. So it's almost like a wild thing. Right knee is bent, left leg is long. Squeeze the glutes. We're going to hold here for an extra breath. Maybe opening the chest towards the sky. Lower your hips down. Now just listen to my voice. We're facing the back of the mat. Right foot comes into your right glute a little bit more. Pivot your hips towards the right side of your mat, your now right side. See if left hand can come around the front of your right ankle. You're going to lean your left side of your body towards your left thigh. Maybe the right hand reaches up and over towards your left foot. So we're creating a side bend in the body. Engage the right glute to draw the right knee away. You might be up a little bit higher. If that right knee is proving to be very sticky, you can just slide it into the left inner thigh. Come back through center. Draw the right leg, the right foot to the left inner thigh. Breathe in and lift. And then as you exhale, fold yourself forward again. Just one breath. Walk yourself back. Left hand is going to plant towards the top of the mat. We start to lift the hips again in that wild thing variation. This time you have an option to lift the right knee high and hold in your side plank. Maybe even the right hand comes around to clasp onto the shin to pull it towards the right armpit. It's definitely not going to meet, but it's in that direction of. Let's all place our right hand towards the top of the mat. Three-legged dog, breathing in. And then as you exhale, option to flow through a vinyasa. Maybe you want to keep the right foot off the ground, flowing through a three-legged plank. Otherwise, you can just send it straight back to downward facing dog. I hope that wasn't too confusing on that second bit. Oh well, we're going to try to do it again on this side. When we're ready, breathe in and sweep the left toes high, three-legged dog. Exhale, roll forward, left knee to nose. Set the left foot in between the hands, right heel comes down. Breathe in and lift, warrior two. Left hand forward, right hand back. Square the hips to the side. Breathe in, lift lengthen the legs, turn the right toes away. Exhale, drop the hips down towards the heels. Oh man, everyone's mowing their lawns today. Oh, I just had to wait about 20 minutes for that to go away. You never know, it might come back. We shall see. Okay, use your next breath in, press to the right foot, bend to the left knee. Exhale, warrior two. Two more times, breathe in, bend to the right knee. Exhale, lower the hips, keep pressing that right knee out. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, lengthen the arms, soften the shoulders. One more time, breathe in. Exhale. This time as you inhale, start to press out, extend your arms wide and then float the right leg up, Ardha Chandrasana. Again, you can plant your left hand down on the shin or maybe towards the ground. How long can you make that right hand? You can stay here or start to draw the right knee up towards the chest. Right hand can come around the shin. Maybe just the right hand or the left hand can come up as well. Use your next breath in, come through standing, but keep the right knee hugging towards the chest. And then as you exhale, tuck the chin in, nose towards the knee. Breathe in as you step your right foot back, right hand comes down, left hand extends high, and then as you exhale, you can stay here or drop the heel down, turn the toes to the left, horizon pose. Breathe in and lift the arms, reach the left hand forward, and then as you exhale, lower down. This time, bring the right hip down, left foot steps off the mat, stay down, or you can breathe in, lift the hips, circle the left hand forward, squeeze the glutes, and then as you exhale, lower down. We'll just try that one more time. Breathe in and lift. We'll hold at the top for a little bit longer. Squeeze the glutes, maybe open the heart a bit towards the sky. Lower the hips back down. And again, you'll be facing the back of the mat here. Draw the left heel in towards the left hip. You might extend that right foot back a little bit more. Right hand comes around the left ankle. See if you can draw the right shoulder in the direction of the front of the right leg, and then the left hand might come up and over to reach. Keep engaging the left glute to draw the left knee away. And then coming back through a seated position, connect the left foot with the right inner leg. Breathe in and lift. And then as you exhale, fold yourself forward, tuck the chin in. Roll yourself back, plant the right hand towards the top of the mat. Extend your left leg out again so you're in that wild thing variation, breathing in and lifting. You could go straight into downward facing dog, or you can transition through a side plank, Vashisthasana. Draw the left knee up towards the armpit. Maybe the left hand comes towards the knee to help pull it up. Left hand plants towards the top of the mat. Maybe three-legged dog. And you can roll through maybe a three-legged plank, maybe a normal vinyasa, or maybe you just stay back, breathing into open. This time as we exhale, land to the knees. And then find your way onto your sit bones. So landing the hips down. So we're gonna slow things down here. We've done all kind of the active work, and now we kind of go into our depths. Let's take the hands around the ankles here. Let the knees draw wide, engaging the glutes to help rotate the knees down, the hips down. Try breathing and lift, pull away from your feet, and then as you exhale, think about leaning your heart space over towards your toes. If your elbows meet your legs, can you bring some weight into them? So you're pushing the legs down towards the ground. And then you can think about your eye gaze, your drishti kind of turning up towards the belly button. And that's just going to help curl through the spine, maintaining that introspection that we've been working on today. Directing our energy inwards. And start to walk yourself back. We're going to set up for our Kurmasana, tortoise pose. So your legs kind of want to be in a V position, not too wide, because what we're going to do is that we're going to thread our arms underneath our legs. Now, this might be a great place for you to hang out. You can just walk your hands forward. You can bend your knees as much as you need. If you know that you wanted to go a little bit further, bend your knees to begin with. Walk down and forward with the chest, and then try to slide your hands out to either sides of your mat. And then gradually your legs might start to lengthen a bit more as your heart reaches forward towards the ground. And you want to make sure that you can be in a position where you can breathe. Imagining your turtle here, kind of retracting from the world. And we'll take about maybe 5 more breaths here. It's kind of an awkward pose to get out of. You could try slide your hands out, otherwise just walk your feet back and then come out that way as well. It's a pretty tough one. It's a tricky one to play with, but I think though using the legs as kind of pressure and weights to drop your body forward sometimes helps us in finding that passive range. Okay, we're going to head down onto our backs. Final asana or 2 before Savasana. Rolling yourself down, take your feet wide along the mat, arms out to the side, and then just drop the knees from side to side. Letting this kind of release the upper back and the lower back of it and the hips. And if you'd like to finish your practice with a twist, you can find that now. If you'd like to finish your practice in a bit more of a hip opener, we can find our bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. Hands come by the sides. Start by tilting the pelvis towards the sky, so lower back meets the ground before we lift the hips. And we keep squeezing the glutes until we find our full position. Pressing the knees out over the toes, driving the feet down to the ground, lifting through the chest. Breathing in here, and then slowly lowering down. Finding our way for Savasana. And you could have your legs extended out here. You could have your feet wide with your knees knocking together. You could find your reclined Baddha Konasana, bound angle with the feet together and your knees out wide. And we will just stay here for just a minute or two. Practicing our inner gaze, our inner flow of energy. Just bring your awareness back to your breath if you've noticed it's floated off. And then begin to wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, eventually making our way up into a seat to close out our practice. Reminding ourselves of Bramacharya and the value that it brings in terms of streamlining our energy inwards, not trying to distract ourselves or fragment our energy so much that we lose sight of where our focus is. Maybe bring our hands to heart center. Let's take a deep breath in together. And then as we exhale, folding forward, honoring this practice of yoga and all the lessons and wisdom that it can share with us. I thank you so much for being here, and I thank you for your patience with all the noises that are going on at the moment. But I think it's a great reminder that no matter what can be going on in our external world, we can always practice coming inwards. Anyway, I'll see you next time, and if you're curious about any of the other videos that we post with the other yamas and niyamas, check that out. And also our Patreon account is down below, so if you want to explore your yoga practice in even more depth, you can have a look at that. And if you want to support me directly to make these videos, then you can also use that as a way to do so. From me to you, namaste.